Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how the project is being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out the third most popular project on all of Kickstarter games, and probably on all of Kickstarter. No, actually the fifth. That is The Search for Lost Species. Search for animals that were previously believed to be extinct in this follow-up to the award-winning Search ... I'd like to know what's in the edge of that ... That seems very important to what you're trying to sell me here. Because other than that, I got nothing. Like, this looks like that kind of 3D art you'd expect to see on like a video game, honestly. I'm not knocking the art, but like I look at this main image, it's like, hey, there's an animal. There's a company I know, so I guess the can you do it's answered. And then there's this symbol, which I can't even really make out what it is, but I'm pretty sure it means you're green somehow. You're helping out animals somehow. And I actually want to put a little extra, like really spotlight that, because they just added that. That was not on the original template. So they clearly were like, all right, we need to spruce up the main image somehow. I don't feel like this is it, though, fam. Like, that main image just looks pretty boring to me, honestly. Now, I know this is actually currently really hot on the BGG. So I'm still excited to check this one out, because Search for Planet X, that's what we didn't get. We just got Search ... Search for Planet X, and I feel like we definitely want to spotlight that part right there, the Search for Planet X, but it's already raised $68,000. It's going to happen. It's from Renegade Game Studio, so I already feel comfortable. What does that say? That says baggage cards inside? What? I can't, so even on the blown up main image, I still can't read whatever this is saying, so I don't feel like it's great.
Thousands of previously discovered animals haven't been seen for decades and could be on the brink of extinction. In order to save these lost species, scientists must find them again. In The Search for Lost Species, an upcoming board game from the creators of The Search for Planet X, Renegade Game Studios, you will take the role of these scientists. Each game.
So I'm seeing a smaller box here, definitely like that. Nice looking player boards. You got the pads. I love this. This right here. That's what I'm talking about. All that useful information at a glance. Love it.
Each game, the companion app will randomly determine the location of the lost species.
Spotlighting effect, you have a companion app to make the gameplay smoother. I think that's a big plus for most people. I know some people hate companion apps, but I feel like for most people they appreciate what they are, which is making the game more simple to play.
Species that inhabit the island. Throughout your expedition, you will perform various actions. You will note what you learn on your deduction sheet, and you'll be able to piece together enough information to score points by reporting sightings as you hone in on the lost species. As you survey by foot or by boat, gather information from camera traps, and visit towns to enlist the help of local residents.
And I imagine if you're familiar with the original game, this is looking familiar but different, which is what you want with a game like this, where they're trying to appeal not only to new people, but to the people who played the original game.
You will learn enough to deduce where the lost species must be. By searching this location and confirming what inhabits the neighboring areas, your discovery will save the lost species and earn you the acclaim of your fellow scientists. There are 6 different lost species to find, each with a different logic rule. The double-sided game board features 2 different island layouts with easier and harder difficulties.
That was a hot shot. It's giving me real cryptid vibes from, drawing a blank on the company, but Cryptid, fantastic game.
For added replayability. The game was produced with the environment in mind, containing eco-friendly components that were manufactured by a
So that was a really nice shot showing everything going in the box. I like that.
factory that uses sustainable practices. Back it on Kickstarter now if you've got what it takes to find the lost species.
So, is it bad that my initial thought when you're selling me that this was built in a sustainable factory is that, oh, the price is going to be a little bit higher than I might expect normally? Like, I'm curious now, because if the price is reasonable, I'm going to be like, oh, great. But if the price is higher, I'll be like, yeah, that's what I thought. So, Renegade Games, 17 created, 140 backed, and I'm not negative or positive on that. I'm just in my brain. Scott Gage, game enthusiast publisher at The Thing. So, we got G.I. Joe Mission Critical, Recklin Run, Artisans of Splendid Vale, Power Rangers. Let's make sure people got their stuff. I don't think this one is out yet. Deployment successful. Project update. Good news, Joes. We're back with the mission update. Fulfillment was complete in all regions. Wow. So that was okay. Never mind. It is out. I do think this one's out as well. Safe arrival at the strongholds, January 11th. Hey drivers, it's time to rev those engines, fill out the thing. So this one's not out yet. This one is magical news on fulfillment. We have great news to share with you. Fulfillment is officially complete already. So yeah, can you do it? Yeah, and once again, this is a company that has put out tons and tons of games, to put out role-playing game stuff. I'm not terribly concerned on the can you do it aspect. So can you do it? Yeah, I feel pretty comfy there. Do I want it? Not yet. I feel like it looks like an interesting game, though. Yeah, I want to know more. I do. I'd like to know the player count. I don't think I've told you that, maybe. Limited copies available. The search for the lost species. Why are the limited copies available? Because this is a pre-order? Is that why? Because otherwise, I'm just like, wow, why is there limited copies available? You're a big company. This doesn't make sense to me. Ooh, fancy deluxe components, because they're going to be a weaker version, the weak sauce version, and the fancy version is... The Search for Lost Species is an eco-friendly game about the real-world search, utilizing the game system created for the award-winning Search for Planet X. I would also mention a little bit more about Planet X somewhere here, like how highly rated this is on Board Game Geek, something like that. 1 to 4 players, 60 to 75 minutes, ages 13 plus, in the most boring text possible. I put this potentially on the marquee as well. I feel like this is way more useful than a leaf, or this leaf too. I wasn't even talking about this leaf. I was just talking about like there. There's some useful information I think could definitely be conveyed right from the front. Because once again, even at the front, I don't even see the Search for Planet X. I just see this animal. 1 pad, so 100 pads, double-sided. Great, double-sided. This is great. Spotlight and all this stuff. What's included? 4 player screens. Looks good. 8 scientists pull on the expedition. The mountain tokens. I wish you just gave me the price already. That's what I really want here. 18 town cards. 6 lost species cards, so 24 cards, 40 site markets, 30 timing tokens, 4 town tokens, lots of stuff, things. 6 envelopes, 1 rule booklet, 1 solo rules. Fantastic. Just give me with the price already. In addition to highlighting the work that Rewild does to find these lost species, Renegade Game Studios have produced this game with an eye towards sustainability for the 3rd time. For the people in the back, we're going to yell it. And environmentally friendly productions. I feel like you're wasting people's time at this point. Get to the price, please. And yes, I know it's over here in the support, and I can just easily go click over there, but if you're on iOS or if you're on mobile, you do not see those. You have to make an extra click. So that's why it should be in your story. Instead of you telling me for the 3rd time, oh, we're green. We're green. We're doing stuff, things. This is great stuff. This is all good stuff, too. I'm not downloading the stuff. Just from a consumer perspective, the price is more important. Download the live app. What is this? This is, so this is the thing, how to play, survive by foot, survive by boat. Okay, stuff. Things, gameplay. There we go. Get Dan in there.
The game. Oh, my early deduction.
All right, so it's a little bit longer than most people probably want, but it's still 31 minutes how to play. You don't even have to get the rules. Love that. Just tell people before you come to game night, hey, watch this video. Read the rule booklet. Excellent. Love that as well. Add-on, so 45 bucks. Search for lost species. So that's the game. So if you want 2 copies of the game. So I'm assuming, I feel like the price is 45 bucks then. Okay, so now I know. It was told me in the add-on. So then you get the Search for Planet X, Seal of Excellence, Shut Up and Sit Down recommends. That one new one. This is big. These 2 right here. These other 2 whatevs. But these 2 right here, I would shove this so high up. Like, I feel like we're really far down. Now, granted, this is a really quick Kickstarter. We're 10 minutes in, and we're nearly to the bottom of it, so I don't feel like they're beating around the bush too long. But I feel like we lead with this. $45, because that, honestly, is not a terrible price. Size of the game... You know, it seems reasonable. Plus, I know you're doing the whole eco-friendly who's whatnots. That's great. The Rise. So this is also for the expansion, the upgrade pack for 20 bucks. Cool. Peer reviews. The Search for Lost Species. The sequel. So this is a preview. This is a preview. Preview. No, thank you. Where's the gameplay? Not the gameplay. Preview. Overview. Can we please just get the... this is the review. That's great. I pulled some quotes from these. Yeah, so not a fan of the videos at all. Where's just the straight-up gameplay? That's all I want to see. I guess it's Dan King. I guess Dan King's the one that's got the really informative one. It's got most of it. Stephanie Thing, the illustrator, Bezier Games, app development. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. Werewords is rock solid. I think I've used their apps once or twice. Solid stuff. I mentioned that potentially even a little bit higher. That's nice. Expedition Logistics. Once again, but actually, can you do it isn't something I'm particularly worried about. So it's $55. So the search bundle pledge level. Why would I want the... So oh, did you... So there's 2 pledge levels. Oh, okay. So you didn't tell... That's right. We didn't have a pledge area because, you know... I guess we don't need them. So I guess we'll just go over here. So the Search for the Lost Species early copy. So $45 gets us May 2023. So this is like the Origins release, like a little bit before that. Okay. Then you get the $99 is the Search bundle. So this is where you get everything from the first games and the new game. And an early copy. So you still get everything early here. So it's 120. And then this is the retailer's early bird. So 39. So this feels like a pre-order. This feels very much like a pre-order. What do you mean limited number? There's no... Is that false scarcity you just did there? You told me there was a limited. You very specifically went out of your way to say, hey, there's only a limited number of these. Because I mentioned, I said, oh, that seems odd, especially considering you're a big company. And then there's not actually a limited number. So that's like weird. So $55. It's not a big game. Now I'm really looking at the price of the game. I'm saying $55, and then I'm looking at your pedigree. I'm looking at the fact that your Renegade Game Studios. This is pretty much just a pre-order, and I'm saying to myself, probably get it afterwards for less than $55. And I hate to say that, but you're up against that gun once you start making 10, 12 Kickstarters. Once you start getting your games in Barnes and Nobles and Targets and all these great places, which is fantastic. But once you reach that certain level, I feel like people start to logistically say, hey, you know, I might just pick this one up at retail. Because I get that vibe just a little bit. Especially when I see the size of the box. You know, because this is smaller than a Ticket to Ride size box. And we're paying $55 for it. That's a hard one. That's a hard sell for me. But the Search for Planet X, once again, massively popular. And you did, and I just want to put this into perspective. Because I know it has, they did the great job spotlighting the Dice Tower Seal of Excellence, and then the Shut Up, Sit Down Seal of whatever the thing they do. Because I think those two are the big ones. But yeah, this is a top 102 games. It's one of the top 70 strategy games of all time. Like, I feel like, so like that main image, like, man, oh man. Like, I feel like when I tell you this is the follow-up to the 102nd most best game of all time, a top 70 strategy game of all time. I don't know. I just like this is just once again like the Search for this could be a PC only, you know, zoo simulator right there that I expect to see about 200 down on the popularity chart. That main image I just find really uninspiring. Ooh, How to Play Lost Species, the Watch, Learn, and Play. So that's the Dan King one. So great. I love that when they spotlight that in the rule booklet. The rule booklet looks great. I got no issues with that. Once again, this is a polished company who does a lot of great stuff, so I have no doubt in my mind. At the end of the day, the Search for Lost Species, final grade for this one. Oh, wait, let's check out the FAQ, the updates, the comments. How many people can play? Well, here's the thing. That should not be something that's a frequently asked question because it should be easily answered on the marquee as soon as I log, you know, just, yeah. They're also special. What is the Search for Planet Horizons upgrade kit? What? Why do people want to know this stuff? That's why we have pledge levels, people. Pledge levels are... We don't need pledge levels. If anyone wants to know what they're buying, we'll just throw it in the FAQ. What the hell, Renegade Games? Like, what? How long does it take to play the Search for Lost Species? This is why I always say, why not just have the player count, the time to play it, and the ages on the marquee somewhere, on your main image somewhere. They're on the side of every single board game box in existence, and yet you're like, yeah, we'll just throw it in the FAQ. Like, yay. Who is Rewild? And also, I would organize this like Reload from Colossal Games once you get to, you know, a certain number of FAQs, because then it's like annoying. My question's question number 11. How much is shipping? Okay, whatever. The FAQ is weird. The search has begun. Welcome to the Search for the Lost Species Kickstarter campaign. Lace up your boots and prepare for an expedition. With your help, we've funded under 15 minutes. We'd love for you to share the campaign on your social media and encourage your friends to enlist today. What you get for being part of this campaign by backing this Kickstarter, you'll be among the very first to receive a copy of it. Limited quantity of early copies are available to backers who will receive the game in May, 3 months before the August retail release. Gen Con release. But you can have it early. Then why don't you just say that? Why isn't it an update? Why don't you say, hey, get it before Gen Con? Like, we're going to release this, a big Gen Con release this year, but you can get it early. It's sustainable. Like, why are we... Yikes. New gameplay features. Fans who enjoyed the Search for Planet X or new players to the series will find an array of new challenges to take on. Eco-friendly production, more things you should know. This is all just stuff you're pretty much just regurgitating from... The campaign story. Want to join the conversation, chat with other people? It's the Facebook page, the Discord page, the BGG page. And that's what's really propelling them, I think, on the popularity charts, because this is very high on the BGG hotness right now. Yeah, number 4. So kudos to them. They got the one thing going for them there, because this campaign page, and I don't know, like, it's not the most fun. Comments. I'm all for producing an eco-friendly product, but have you gotten a game with these security tabs before? You can't peel them off without ripping the box art because they use strong glue to prevent that. If you cut them, they have a leaky, sticky, exposed surface. I would think maybe recyclable gift wrap would look nice. Hey, Ram, the producer of this game, I can tell you that I had the same reservations as you have, as I have the same experience with some of these types of security tabs. We made it clear to the factory that this was not acceptable. Cool. That's great customer service there. Even though Japan wasn't on the chart, I pledged because it was the shipping drop down. Planet X is my wife's favorite game at the moment. Great to hear. Great customer service. I'm so happy to see this project. Are you shipping to Asia? So yeah, a lot of goodwill, I imagine, built up around them because they put out games. They seem to put them out on a consistent and regular basis, and they're pretty highly rated games. I can't really think of a Renegade games that I played where I was like, oh, this thing sucks. And they put out a lot. So, final grade for this one. Do I want it? Yeah, I do. You know, it looked cool. I feel like they did a good job describing the game here, interweaving the app integration. Yeah, do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes, no doubt about it in my mind. How much is it? It feels like I want to. I wish I had proper clarification on the box because I'm pretty sure this is a much smaller box than a Ticket to Ride box, like that whole next size down, which is fine. I just want to know without a shadow of a doubt because I think that's what it is. And then, I don't know. It seems like a bit much, and I hate to say that, but it's $55. When it's a $60 MSRP, I feel like we're splitting hairs here. But yeah, I don't feel like it's a great price, and especially up against the yeah, I can get it. And maybe the exclusivity, is that it? You're buying the 3 months there? Because I get that. I feel like that could have been spotlighted a little bit more. Like, I feel like you should just, hey, you're going to get this before, this is going to be a convention season launch. You're going to get it way before that. Because that's cool. That's a neat thing. So, how much is it? It's not great, but I don't feel like it's terrible. The main image, really, ugh. The FAQ, like, really spotlights, I think, just how lacking the story is. Like, when I look at this FAQ, they're like, oh, we need to put this information here. Like, that's, like, no. That should not be a question to anyone, is what's the player count of your game? So, I'm going to go with it's 102. It's a spin-off of the 102 game of all time. It's got a Dice Tower seal. Yeah, but it's, yeah, I'm going to go with a C minus. C minus. But it has the how to play video. It has the Dan King how to play booklet. It has the rule booklet. It has a video that's not... You know what? I'm going to go with a C right down the middle. I'm going to go with a C right down the middle. A lot of things I like, a lot of things I don't like. But let me know in the comments below. What is your final grade for the Search for Lost Species from Renegade Games? And have you played the original Search for Planet X? Because that's one that I've always wanted to try. And now that I know it's kind of got cryptid vibes, I want to try it even more. Let me know in the comments below. It's your final grade. As always, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. As I'm trying to reach 17,000 subscribers. Celebrate my, to make 2023 my biggest year ever. Ooh, I need some sleep. Oh my gosh, what? There's been chat, and the chat didn't pop up on here. I do apologize if it feels like I've been ignoring the chat, but mine has not been showing. I should probably show you right there. Yeah. Stupid YouTube app. I missed the chat. That's my favorite part. All right, bye-bye.